Hi and welcome back to Bob's Little Sports Shop. I'm Ethan and today we're going to talk about LWRC's other firearms. We're actually going to start a series on other firearms, showcasing different manufacturers and the products they offer that are available for sale. So we have two LWRCs on the table here. Both of these are the ICDI variants. The ICDI is the individual carbine / direct impingement. So these are direct impingement guns. LWRC typically was known for making their piston guns, while these are actually direct impingement. So we have two models here. They're both the same model. They're Oscar Foxtrot, which is basically code for other firearm. We have one in FDE and one in black. We'll go over all the features of them and what they have to offer and where the price point is for these guys. So we'll start with the Flat Dark Earth gun. Like I said, they're identical, just the only difference is the color. Starting at the back of the gun here, we have the pistol brace. So this is an SB Tactical SBA3 pistol brace. So this is an other firearm. This is not a rifle and it's not a pistol. It's an other firearm. So it has a collapsing pistol brace. So it's not designed to be fired from the shoulder, therefore it's not a rifle. It has a vertical foregrip. A pistol, if this was a pistol, this would not have the vertical foregrip. It would wrap around your arm right here and it would be fired like so without the vertical foregrip. Since it has the vertical foregrip on there, it classifies, LWRC is classifying this as a other firearm. It's a non-NFA regulated item. So we have the SB Tactical brace, which is collapsible, and then it also has the quick detach mount right here in the back of the stock for attaching your sling. Moving up on the gun, you have ambidextrous charging handle. So this is right or left-handed, you can operate this charging handle. The safety is ambi, so right or left-handed we can operate this gun with the safety. This is LWRC's own grip, and this actually has a storage compartment in it, so we can flip the gun over, squeeze on these little tabs right here, and take this compartment out, which gives you room to store extra batteries or whatever you want to store in the grip you can put in there. So it does have the extended trigger guard here, so if you're shooting with a glove on in the winter time, you can actually get your finger in the trigger well a little bit easier. Flip this gun over this way. Moving up, we have your bolt release, which is in the standard location. Then the little button underneath of this is actually an ambidextrous magazine release. So if I was shooting this gun left-handed with my trigger finger, I can come from the trigger up to the mag release, push it in, and release the magazine. So it does have that feature, which is not something you see on a lot of guns, but it does come ambi. So right or left-handed, it is an ambidextrous gun. Flipping back over to the bolt release. So your bolt release is typically on this side here. On the LWRC, it is actually on both sides. So you could have this gun locked back, and with your trigger finger right-handed, you can push that in to chamber around. The other thing that makes it pretty nice too is if you want to lock the gun open and you don't have a magazine in the gun, or you have a loaded mag and you're trying to lock it open, traditionally you would pull your bolt back and then come back with your left thumb to lock the bolt to the rear. On this guy, with the gun in this position, I can take my trigger up into the safe where I would typically have my finger if I'm not on the trigger, and then go a little bit higher than that, pull the bolt back, push the bolt release up, and the gun's locked to the rear without having to reach around like this. You come up here to get it. So this way, it's right there, it's locked to the rear. So that ambi bolt release and bolt catch is a really nice feature that LWRC has installed on this firearm. Moving up, we have our standard dust cover and shell deflector, and it also has the standard forward assist. This gun is T-marked, so it has your markings starting with 2 all the way up to 44. So if you have your optic mounted in a certain place and you take it off, you can go back to the same spot and know where it was, not have to re-zero the optic. The other interesting thing about this gun is this has basically a monolithic upper system, to where your traditional AR, your upper would end right about here. You have that clean cut. Your free float handguard would attach to your barrel nut on your barrel. On the LWRC, the handguard actually attaches up here. So this upper is extended, goes around what would be the barrel nut, and your handguard is attached all the way up here. Now what that does is it gives you a lot more sight, or a lot more rail sections on your upper, and it also allows for a modular handrail. So on a traditional gun, you would have to take your handrail off, and then you'd end up changing, more than likely you would change your barrel nut to accept a different handguard. With this system, LWRC makes different handguards. They make M-LOK. This is their own kind of proprietary style. They make all different ones. What you can do is take this handguard off with these little torque screws right here. They actually include in the box, you get your torque wrench or your Allen key. At that point, you can take this handguard off after you're going to do those screws, and let's say you want to do M-LOK. You throw your M-LOK handguard on, tighten it back into place, and it doesn't affect your zero or zero to the gun or anything like that. So the handguard, like I said, with this one is LWRC's pattern here. It comes with the rail covers on it. It also comes with a pick rail already installed on the front end here, so you got your covers and then your rail. So this gun is ready to, if you wanted to put a light or something up here, you could mount that right from the factory. It also comes with a rail on the bottom, which is holding our Magpul foregrip. So there again, this Magpul foregrip right here makes this another firearm, as well as the collapsing pistol brace. Barrels on this guy, this is a cold hammer forged barrel from LWRC. It's a 1-in-7 twist, and it's a 12.7 inch barrel with an A2 flash hider in place. So these other firearms are the model, actually up here on the upper is ICDI Oscar Foxtrot 556. Oscar Foxtrot standing for other firearm. And then on the opposite side of the receiver, it's actually laser engraved by LWRC right into the receiver here, other firearm. So these are, like I said, they're not a pistol, not a rifle, not a shotgun, it's an other firearm. They've been very popular. What we'll do now is take the gun apart, and we'll do a little stuff on the inside, the internals. So to do that, our rear takedown pin is right here. We're going to push that over. If it's a little tough, typically I'll take a pen and just push it on that. So we're going to push that pin in there, and then we'll pull it out from the other side. It's a captured pin. It's not supposed to come out. If it comes out, then you have a larger problem. We're going to hinge the receiver up here. And what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and take the front pin out as well and separate this upper and lower. We push the front pin in, pull that out from the other side, and we're going to separate the upper and lower. As far as the lower goes, the lower is very similar to a standard AR lower, except it has the extra machining done for the ambi mag release, as well as the extra machining for the bolt catch and bolt release that's on the ambidextrous side. LWRC does put I'm not sure if it's something they make themselves, but it is like an AccuWedge in here. So basically it's this little tab that sits into the back of the receiver. So when the upper and the lower pair together, it's a tight fit, and you don't get that wobble that you'll feel in a lot of these lower expensive ARs. The trigger itself is a great trigger. We'll try that trigger once we have the gun all put back together. But that's basically the lower there. Like I said, the main differences are your ambi slide stop and your ambi mag release. Moving on to the upper receiver. The upper receiver does have the ambi charging handle. So we'll go ahead and we'll pull that back a bit. And then from there we can take our bolt carrier out. This is a nickel boron bolt. It's very smooth operating. It's a bolt by LWRC. And we'll take our charging handle out. And then from there you can do your you're cleaning, you can clean right through the barrel, wipe down any carbon and build up that you have. But that is disassembly of the LWRC Oscar Foxtrot. We're going to put this back together, and then we're going to match our pairs back up. So that is reassembled. These guns also come with a Magpul 10-round magazine direct from the factory. So these guns are available in a couple different colors. You have your black variant, flat dark earth, patriot brown, OD green, and tungsten gray are a couple different ones that they have available. Yeah, it's a very nice other firearm. It's very lightweight, having the ports, which I didn't really actually say. There's ports here on the top of the barrel to cut weight, making for a very light, very easy to maneuver firearm. As far as the boxes and what comes in the actual gun, we have our cardboard box from LWRC, and then it has your magazine, and you do have your owner's manual, as well as a chamber flag and the tool for taking off your handguard. Thanks for watching our video today on the LWRC Oscar Foxtrot. If you have any other firearms you want us to review or go over or unbox, let us know in the comments section. Please like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks.